Hello, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you the easiest way to solve this equation. There are two ways we can go about it. I'm going to take the first one and thereafter, I'll take the second method. Now, the question is, solve for y plus root y is equal to 6. Okay, so let's begin with solution. To do the first method I want to show you, the easiest way to solve this is to use substitution method. Okay, substitution method will make it easy for us to solve this equation without stress. All right, so let's say let t be equal to the square root of y. Okay, let t be equal to the square root of y. So for me to remove this square root, I have to square both sides. So I'll say t square is equal to root y square. So this square will cancel the root. So I'm going to have t square is now equal to y. Now let's substitute this into the equation. So now we are going to have t square plus t is equal to 6. Now let's rearrange this equation to have everything on one side. So we are going to have t squared plus t. When 6 crosses over, it becomes minus 6, and everything is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation, and we can actually factorize this equation. So let's look for the factors of 6 such that if we multiply, we will get minus 6, and if we sum, we will get plus 1, which is the coefficient of t. So the factors are 3 and 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. Plus 3 minus 2 is plus 1. So these are the factors we need. Plus 3 minus 2. These are the factors we need to use to factorize. So let me have the question here again. So we have t squared plus t minus 6 is equal to 0. Now to factorize, I'm going to open two brackets, one here and the other here. So we have t squared, so I have my t here and the other one here. Then I substitute my factors. So here I'm going to have plus 3, and here I have minus 2, and everything is equal to 0. So t plus 3 is equal to 0, or t minus 2 is equal to 0. So my t here is now equal to, when plus 3 crosses over, it becomes minus 3, or my t here, when minus 2 crosses over, it becomes plus 2. Now we have two values for t, but what we are looking for is not t. What we are looking for is y. Now from this part of the equation, remember that our t is equal to the square root of y, and this is greater or equal to 0. So since our t from this equation is greater than 0, we are going to discard, we are going to reject this result. So we are going to move on with this. We are going to use this one to get the value of y. Okay? So from here, let me rearrange this. So root y is equal to t, and the value of t that we are working with is 2. So this is 2. So to get the value of y, we have to square both sides. So we square root y all squared, and this is equal to 2 squared. So this square will cancel the root, and our y is equal to 4. 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. So the value of y in this equation is 4. Now we can test to know if the value we got for y is correct. So let's substitute the value of y into the equation and see if what we got is correct. So our y is 4 plus the square root of 4. Is this equal to 6? Let's check. This is 4 plus, the square root of 4 is 2. And 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So the value of y is correct. Okay, so now let's try out the second method. Now, for us to solve for y, we have to isolate root y. Root y has to stand alone. So I'm going to transpose y to this part of the equation. So let's rewrite the equation. Here we have root y, okay, is now equal to 6 minus y. Now the next thing to do is to square both sides. We are squaring both sides so we can take off this square root. So we have root y all squared is equal to 6 minus y all squared. Okay, so this square will cancel the root. So we now have y is equal to 6 minus y all squared. Okay, so note that if you have a square is the same thing as a times a. So we're going to multiply what we have in this bracket by what we have in this bracket. So here we have y is equal to 6 minus y multiplied by 6 minus y. So now y is equal to 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times minus y is minus 6y. Minus y times minus y is plus y squared. So here we have y is equal to 36. Minus 6y minus 6y is minus 12y plus y squared. So let's move this y to this side of the equation so that we can equate everything to 0. I'm going to start from here. So let me have here, I'm going to have my y square first, y square minus 12y. I take this over, it becomes minus y plus 36, and everything is equal to 0. So here I have y square minus 13y, that's minus 12y minus y, minus 13y plus 36, and this is equal to 0. So we now have another quadratic equation, and here we can factorize by getting the factors of 36 such that when we multiply, we're going to have plus 36, and when we subtract or add, we are going to have minus 13. And what are the factors of 39? Factors of 39, we have 18 and 2, they are factors. We have 9 and 4. We have 12 and 3. All these numbers, when we multiply them, we are going to have 36. 12 times 3 is 36. 9 times 4 is 36. 18 times 2 is 36. So we are going to look for the one that satisfies the requirements for this factorization. So let's look at them one after the other. If I add this or subtract, I'm not going to have minus 13. If I say minus 9 minus 4, yes, I'm going to have minus 13. And minus 9 minus 4, or minus 9 times minus 4, will give me plus 36. So these are the two factors that we need for this factorization. So I'm going to open two brackets, one here and the other here. I have y squared here, so I'm going to drop one y here and the other here. Then I will bring in my factors, which are minus 9 minus 4. Okay, and everything is equal to 0. So this means that y minus 9 is equal to 0, or y minus 4 is equal to 0. So this implies that y is equal to 9 or y is equal to 4. But at this point, we have to be very careful. We have to check which of the values is correct. From the first method we solved, we already got the value of y to be 4, and it was just straightforward. But in this second method, we have to check. And if you substitute 9 into the equation, you're not going to have 6 as your result. So in this case, our value 4 for y is still valid, while this value is not valid. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop in the comments which method do you prefer, which one is easy for you to work with. Do not fail to like, share, and subscribe. I will love to see you again in my next video.